Hello, fellow faithful. It is Bulldog here, the world's greatest silver analyst, back for Game 2 of LCS Spring Split for CLG. We are facing 100 Thieves. I got a nice cold Diet Dr. Pepper, and let's get right into it. So, champ select. So we got RJS and Finn back.
The carry jungle or protecting his AD.
And I think RJS should stay the starter. I'm banning out the Galio is very good. I would also ban out the Twist of Fate. Those are Demonte's comfort champions.
Or something like Kiana when Demonte debuted that champion. So
A little weird on the bans. I guess people fear the Finn Irelia. The Pantheon, yeah, that's a fine ban. Still leaves up plenty of junglers for us.
Weekend CLG still in with Finn. Be cool to see him play another game. RJS also still in.
Olaf
in a mid laner. He was DS from last year, swapping
Talia.
lane, in case you're wondering. Yes,
Insta-grab. So that leaves Kai'Sa Rel up for us, and that's what I would first rotation.
Pantheon, Olaf, Twisted Fate, Galio. So ton of global
Gragas, okay, that's been pretty high priority. And Rel, huge priority for us.
Which feels
we did well with the Zaya Rel yesterday, so I guess we give away the Kai'Sa and the Renekton. So the Renekton Talia is very strong. We have the Gragas top, and I guess we like that matchup. I don't think it's too bad. I do like the Gragas. It's very versatile. Does well in lane. Can build multiple ways. The Samira for going forward. That's what Turtle likes. So we have a very good comp at going forward.
Pretty powerful 2v2 there. You have
And
to land that CC, of course,
so
with Rel, which activates
100 Thieves
where you can get the quick little knock.
will choke
Incredible
out.
of damage and reset potential there.
I would guess the jungle pool here.
Things like that
But
so
because they don't have their mid laner. The Gnar, do they think it's not Gragas top?
Really difficult.
Are they thinking it's Gragas jungle? Nobody has played Gragas jungle in pro play yet, I would think. And that's just a wasted ban.
Usually really pops off in a team fight.
Yeah, it is cool though.
Set, also a good ban. Because Set provides a lot of peel, especially for Rel.
In the LCS. Tactical and Neo,
so that's very good.
Have played the champion since lock-in, and of course includes the games from yesterday. So it is cool to see more teams wanting to maybe experiment with this champion.
I'm very confused why they banned the Gnar.
Well, Turtle was once a mid laner, and I believe he was known for his
because Gragas has only been played top and support. And another top lane ban
into the bottom lane here.
This one's even easier because you can move while you're spinning.
That's very weird. Gragas can be flexed. Yeah, the Orianna.
We can see both bans targeted towards the top lane, actually. So they're not buying what CLG is selling. They're thinking this is a jungle Gragas.
It can flex
with the GP and the Gnar
to the jungle.
Targeting some of the playmakers there from Huhi, the Alistar, as well as the Set.
But I would think we would be picking it top.
In lock-in and this split. But it does mean Leona
the
is
Syndra.
available. So yes.
Yep.
Huhi has not played it as much, but that is up. Syndra going to be the grab here for Demonte, so some really powerful lanes.
I don't know if you can hear my dog chewing on his bone in the
setup in all
background.
three, point and click stun.
I would really like the Ivern.
Comically easy to land that seismic shove, and even the scatter of the week there from Demonte is going to be pretty strong potentially to come across there. And the moment of truth, if we find out if it is going to be Gragas jungle or top,
it's top.
Thieves did not
but the
that it was going to be top lane, and
turn.
It is. So
I guess that's just a go forward button, and really good with the Orianna.
Nocturne can answer the Talia if Talia ever wants to look for the ultimates to the side lanes or anything like that. Nocturne can be around for that counter.
So I like this quite a bit.
And also, if you find that Talia
the Nocturne's a unique pick.
And I'm just going to be interested to see how they actually want to play this. It feels like it's basically just full-on dive.
Yeah, it is just full-on dive,
line,
which...
Throw in the Gragas, the Nocturne,
I mean,
perhaps that Rel to set up for the shot.
We haven't played together a long time, so having a simple to execute comp is a very good strategy. I am very late today, so I have plenty of buffer.
Yeah, Seems tricky to navigate so in and B in main.
Went to the store.
Turn pick we've seen a little bit of, but not all that much of. Griffin, you know, supposed to be from an academy, filling the
because I was out of Diet Dr. Pepper.
Waiting on some visa troubles to resolve. So stepping up, you know,
that is unacceptable.
Here. I think I can play this well into Closer's Talia, which is a
if you didn't know, I am both addicted to and physically dependent on Diet Dr. Pepper at this point in my life, and I am perfectly okay with that.
Into that brush that I believe is currently hidden. Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. 100 Thieves level 1 is definitely scary because they have Huhi, who I think is the most innovative player in North America, and then followed by Dardoch. I think those are the two most innovative players in North America. They're two of my favorite players. Dardoch broke out the Mundo today, and he was popping off.
And it is definitely interesting to see the Nocturne come out, because traditionally we're seeing Nocturne more as an answer to things like TF.
It wasn't a jungle diff game.
Shutting off the lights so that they can't
leave it at
go
that.
with their global, that they can't actually respond to the play that you're trying
I mean,
to
someday on Renekton is very scary.
Not really anything like that they're looking to set up. So
put down a lot of pressure.
Not really sure exactly what prompted them
the late invade, but we seem to be ready for it.
And gonna clear out 2 wards, so nice little grab for them. And we'll see if CLG actually want to contest here, because it looks like they're just down to fight for this blue buff. And they have
and we do have the level 1 advantage over. No, we don't.
Will in fact leave the
but Finn's here.
A smite fight here.
Finn's here too.
Well.
Why is Finn here?
What is happening?
Okay.
Now he's gonna have to TP at level 1. Oh my god.
That was interesting.
That is rough.
It does give us a small jungle advantage.
You do not have that TP.
But
Closer could
it
just do a bot to top clear at this
gives
point.
us a
Look for any sort of pressure on Finn. It's going to be that
very
without that TP.
large disadvantage in top lane. Finn is not farming well. He just missed like all of those. So that's weird.
His jungler at that blue buff.
So like they should be putting a lot of pressure top, so we should either try and match it, which I wouldn't recommend it because we don't win that 2v2, or try and put a lot of pressure bottom. But Nocturne really doesn't do a whole lot until level 6, so he just kind of needs to power farm.
They think the Gragas isn't going to go top. The other thing is, like, I think they just didn't care. Like, some days Renekton is so
Finn is just kind of
good, and
bopping him every chance he gets.
Huge variety of matchups that, you know, they would have been fine even if it was.
What the hell is happening bot lane?
Surely that TP does help someday out a little bit. Also, as absolutely expected, 2v2 push already.
Oh, they're gonna dive.
All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna try and
okay.
There. FBI flash to the other side of the tower. Wild Turtle low, but not dead yet.
Oh, that's very good by Turtle. Good response by RJS and Griffin to turn this around. Very, very well done. And RJS has 2 kills to start with.
Nicely done by CLG.
Great response there.
It didn't feel like the dive was gonna work anymore. And
RJS is huge. Holy shit.
Consistently throughout the walk-in tournament. But the difference here was they didn't have their jungler. Normally,
I mean, we don't have a teleport to respond here, so Finn just is. Oh, that's really good by Finn to survive that. Oh, does he get one? He gets one and lives. Finn. Holy shit, dude.
On the seismic shove, he actually didn't land it in time during that Renekton stun. So Finn was able to flash out, avoid.
Holy shit.
Literally a replay of the last game of Santorin running down top.
That was so good. Wow, this is the most clean play I've seen from CLG in years. Just the mechanical plays, like all of them, have been extremely well done here.
Yes, they did kill off Turtle, but it does end up costing them 2 kills. The benefit for them was they're denying all that farm. Up on the top side, though, looking for this dive, and the stun came out too early. Maybe not realizing that it wasn't empowered. Somebody actually didn't have quite enough rage. He wasn't in the red bar there.
That's huge.
To get that extra duration
and he gets double buffs.
So when the stun comes through, the seismic shove was not layered over top of it, and then Closer trying to extend
that's
the play,
so good.
Had the red buff burn on Finn.
RJ,
so even though he wasn't actively hitting him,
I don't know if I agree with the
that burn was
full
there, so the tower was immediately on him.
To start with, but
you give over double buffs.
I guess it allows him to roam quite a bit.
Errors here early on. 400 Thieves.
I mean,
and the Syndra, I guess it makes him unburstable by the Syndra Talia. So
and then your jungler's parked on the top side, so you can try and kind of get a kill on both sides of the map. Very aggressive, like very flashy.
Yeah.
In practice, not
This
good.
is this is good and safe by our bot lane. We don't know where their jungler is, so we're not stepping forward.
Closing now down here to the bottom side, trying to make something happen. He looking to get aggressive with the Hex Flash, but nothing he can really do, especially with Closer leaving, and 100 Thieves is going to be down 400 gold.
Yep. The one big benefit for them, though, is the farm between Turtle and FBI, right? So that was kind of the hidden benefit that we didn't get to discuss a lot.
Yeah, but there's also this thing where RJS is huge. Finn is ahead in a matchup he should be behind, and Renekton really needs to, like, if he loses lane, he's pretty worthless, especially compared to Gragas, who has so much more utility.
But a Samira who's really down in gold is so worthless, honestly. And that's what they're trying to accomplish. They're trying to put Samira in a position where she cannot really play the game.
Yeah.
We'll see
Finn
if
can just back for free and
that they have down on that bottom
get
side,
his
it's not quite to that
like a
level
very good component.
Ooh, didn't quite get all the way in. He's gonna hold it here for a little bit longer.
But our communication team, like, everyone seems to be on the same page, and I really like it.
So the minions will group and push it out. So they got enough in, with just the low HP range minions, it won't.
And people are willing to give up small lane advantages to help their team.
Good knowledge there from
and
CLG's
it's just benefiting everyone.
That was going to be a slow push, and that's what prompts the fast push here from 100 Thieves. They look for the hard reset because they don't want it to be that slow push. They want it to bounce and then come back to them so they can set up a freeze once more. And they will deny some of these minions, and the fact that it got to CLG's tower means
this bot lane is pretty rough.
Get the free reset. They're gonna have a much
but they did get tower dove at level 2.
You can see the plated steel caps coming through, serrated dirt, plus an additional longsword coming through. So if there is a potential,
and we expected the early game to be a little rough. Like we don't have the same jungling presence until level 6, and then that's when we can really start to hit the go button on things.
Reason why that dive was so difficult, but clearly he's going towards that. Both the
Griffin is just power farming,
as well as any wild turtle pop-off moments in team fight.
Yeah, I just like that I think now completed wave management.
Turtle's just
Professor Azale.
not
dying. CLG, but it was pushing back.
They're not giving up too big of an advantage.
So when they return,
Finn is doing well in that lane. RJS is 700 gold ahead. I think. Did he get first blood? I don't remember who got first blood.
Trying to keep them off the way for as long as possible. Speaking of who, he's diving in. Turtle's dashing out. And Rel is stunning up and now going to pop down. Ooh, TP in. Nocturne also in the area. Talia's though zooming in. And CLG going to commit a couple there as Finn just yeets it out there.
Okay, we sent Nocturne mid.
That is not what you want to see from your Gragas TP with the ult.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for him, yeah.
Finn's TPs haven't been great.
Looks like the
are we like lane swap?
Or
what's going on?
But someone's got to get top.
Yeah.
Try to answer that. So yeah, it will just be Finn staying down here. They're basically saying, all right, you're here. Well, we're lane swapping, I guess.
But that gives up dragon priority, which I don't like.
We did see Griffin drop the ultimate. That went mid and forced Damonte's flash. That I did see from that mini map. But not really able to get too much on either side with their plays.
Yeah.
He goes the shockwave.
If the shockwave hits, he's dead. So
when you
forced to flash.
You can look for the repeat play. So I want Griffin RJS to be looking for that kill on Damonte as soon as the Nocturne ultimate is up, knowing that he won't have that summon.
And I guess because 100 Thieves responded by sending their bot lane top as well. They give up dragon priority,
some people do go
which
lethality still.
Good for us.
More common these days is just Gore Drinker Sterix, and you just go lethal tempo.
And
and you are much more of a bruiser.
A single mountain Drake is really nice for a Rel and a Gragas. So.
Griffin though is going to make sure his top lane is a-okay. And
someday kind of bodying Finn there, but that's alright. He didn't die. Finn crashed wave into the tower.
This did kind of mean a lane swap actually, as you mentioned already. 100 Thieves got the Rift Tower, but they're now 2v2 in the top lane. So he is back in onto Smoothie, who's going to have to W away to safety.
And this is just not a fun lane for Wild Turtle.
I mean, not a lot of our lanes are fun. Syndra Orianna is slightly Syndra favored.
They are constantly bouncing away.
Just because she outranges.
Trim it just enough so it's a slow push, and they can kind of maintain that.
And the Talia has so much more jungle pressure, especially early.
Over and over.
Now we have the Nocturne ult back up,
with that dive plus
and
all of this now.
that was
Nice
kind of.
little attempt there as
I don't know if I
Monte
agree with
drops
the
the ultimate
preemptive
early,
flash,
and
but
had RJS not flashed, then you have all those balls on the
yeah,
ground.
he's just dead.
Nice play.
Again, though, Fairman's
Yeah,
in the
they
mid-lane.
just
It's not even
that was
needed,
great.
really,
A
as
great
Griffin's
job
gonna
by
pick up
Griffin
the
and
kill.
RJS
Combo once again. You
to
said you wanted to
understand
see it
that
as a
they have a free
CLG
kill
will do
there
you proud.
and to
That
go get
was
it.
perfect. That's exactly what you need to do.
That's
When you
it.
force
That's
out a
exactly
summoner,
how you use this
you
Nocturne
don't get any
Orianna.
real advantage from getting the summoner out. You get an advantage for punishing the person for not having it. And CLG are able
And
to do just
gets a
that.
kill on the Nocturne.
Back-to-back ultimates towards the Syndra, and the timing was even better because
And we're doing a good job by
these
building
had
a
just
ton
revealed
of
themselves
merc treads,
mid and made their
which just
play.
kinda
When that failed,
cuts the
CLG knows
Syndra
that they are backing
Talia,
off, that they are leaving
and
mid lane, and
I mean
just
it's
gonna
really
be Monte on
really
his
good against
own,
their comp.
So able to execute on that, get a kill for themselves on the Nocturne. RJS already had 2 kills from that bottom lane dive.
So
CLG are in a
Turtle
pretty good position
close
thus far.
to
looking
finish
good,
with the
actually.
shield bow.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like the attempt, but good flash from RJS to
Yeah.
get out. And then the counterplay is just very, very easy.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like,
and
they see
good
the
job by
exit
Smoothie to
through the top
pair
side,
up,
so they know that they're not
flashing
gonna get
forward
anyone
so
here.
he can get the
In they
stun
go. You could
to
see
guarantee
Smoothie
no
actually,
response. That was
flashing
really
in to
well
be
done
in
by
range
Smoothie.
for the E, so he could still have the stun and not get out of range of that tether. So it's Nocturne ultimate lands, you get stunned up by the Rel, you're shockwaved in immediately after, and you have no flash. So there's absolutely no way that Demonte can get out of that without his team being around to peel.
Yeah, we'll say, you know,
And we're down in CS in a couple of
started.
lanes in
But his
I mean,
Rel in particular
in
has
pretty
been
much every
very,
lane.
very good.
The-
I believe it's actually the first CLG win.
the
had
bot
this
lane
season as
difference
well,
is a
setting
little
up
more
for,
than I would expect.
Solos now it would have
but
been in that particular case.
Top lane
So
is about what I
first goal of the
expect.
year. So certainly,
Finn
some
hasn't
pretty
played
good
the
confidence on the
greatest,
champion, which is nice to
but
see,
he
because I think
also
Leon is
like
one of the more
he hasn't
powerful
like generated an
individuals.
advantage
Well,
for
you know,
himself or
show that
anything.
Leon is also pretty good, but
And
if Leon
RJS
is
coming in
still
with
on there,
another
Smoothie, and that
good
dive just completely
teleport
gets axed by
to
CLG.
deny another
At
tower
the very least,
dive.
they force out the TP, and this time they didn't overcommit. So they get out summoners here, they get out the TP, and they're going to be feeling pretty good because now Griffin has to answer the mid lane push. Demonte can reset that. They still even kept the Herald. So
And 100 Thieves is trying to make a bunch of
But
plays
I do
because they
wanna see
need to
Closer drop
early
this very quickly.
with
He
their
only
with their
has probably 20 seconds
more
left on
early
that Herald.
game
You can see it actually
playmaking
getting close to
comp
expiring in his
with the
inventory.
Renekton
You want that
Talia.
down pre-14 minutes. He's heading straight to bot. There's only 2 plates on that tower, so I do think that he should pretty much just drop it immediately.
These
and try to
failing
knock down that tower.
gives
But Griffin
time
is
to
anticipating
for
this, and he's
CLG
gonna
to
be
hit
in
their
ultimate range down
important
here,
points.
So maybe there's a play to be made.
I don't know if I agree with that flash, but
Flashing out, I think maybe you saw the Herald getting dropped behind. It's like, oh, I need
think
to,
he's playing
too
too
need to
defensive.
get out of here.
I feel like they should be fighting this.
do
You
we-
have your Nocturne ultimate.
yeah,
I don't
do
really
we have
get
Nocturne
why
ult?
they're playing it that scared. This is just way too late now. Like he could have just postured.
Yeah,
completely
that was
prevented
weird.
the Herald from even getting a charge if Griffin just moved down, but now on top side they're getting engaged on.
Yeah, counterplay again. Hui just continuing to engage here in the 2v2, and Smoothie and Wild Turtle just going to have to disengage. I mean, no kills, but still the pressure is mounting. That CS lead still very healthy for
okay.
FBI. Now comes the dive
We
from
might need a
Hui
match with
Sunday
Finn.
this time. Up in the top side
Can
of the
we?
map, and looks like
Okay,
Hui's
we
gonna be the
are.
first target. He
Do
gets
we
stunned,
have
TP in as
okay?
well.
Good flash out to
Exhausted, Hui trying to tank what he
survive.
can, but dancing back around to Sunday needs to catch
That's
up.
one
What a
dead.
play, dive straight in onto Turtle, rips
okay.
into the faces of Smoothie,
That
trying to keep himself
trading
alive.
one for
Doesn't
one.
indeed do so as Finn's TP,
That's not
but
bad.
at least ensure the trade, but now FBI and Hui
I mean,
still turning
Turtle
this around.
just
There's
keeps
no
getting
more
dove
FPs
here.
coming.
And
It
it's
is
not.
a 1-for-1, so CLG pretty quick on those TPs. Do you have to give them
Yeah,
credit for that?
not
Thieves
fun.
Has been very aggressive.
But that
constantly
wave
looking
bot lane
for
is
dives on these waves
shoving.
and
We're doing a
taunting
good
and
job
bot,
of countering the
and
dives
CLG's been
with our
very fast
TPs.
to
We're
respond
using
with
our
those
TPs
teleports, but
fairly
still,
effectively.
I've got to say, I'm so disappointed with that bot lane play. As we'll watch the top one first here. Hui going straight in onto Turtle, but he did have the cleanse available. He just dashes back to the minion, playing this very safely. Then, with that trade having already happened, they want to
So
try
Finn,
to make the dive.
Finn is big,
happen.
RJS is big,
Here,
so
they
the
look
two new
to
guys
go
will
for it
need to be
immediately.
like the
But Finn
primary
was very
carries for
quick
this.
on this. You know, the TP starts right up before they're even on top of Turtle. Turtle flashing back, then again dashing away to create more distance. It forces somebody.
And
to
that's a
flash
really
back on
good
top of him to even close the
ulti
gap. And then Finn with
by
a really
Finn.
nice
Good
ultimate,
job by
knocking
Smoothie to
somebody
stay
back
alive
into the
there.
tower.
Just
Smoothie
barely. The
uses W to
aftershock
get his shield
coming
there on
in
the dismount
clutch.
and barely survives against them.
Griffin has
Hui
his
tanked what he
gore
could,
drinker
but unfortunately
finish,
Sunday had to commit
so he's
everything
pretty
to get the
scary
trade,
on
and
that
it is a trade
front.
at the
We
end of
can
the day. 100 Thieves actually
we
up
need to be taking
1,000
advantage of
gold,
these
but it is
ults
that first
to get a
trade for
pick and then
CLG,
get
given
like
how
dragon
we're
priority.
relatively early into this game. I would say that's pretty close to even.
because they have two champions that are really easy to pick there, but we just didn't get any dragon priority there.
And trading very efficiently. Now as the Drakes even up, the game will move ever closer to parity once again, and it will be Infernal Salt for this game. So at some point in the mid game, we're going to have a pretty explosive one, pun not intended, but I guess we're here.
I just really want to see Griffin use the ultimate more, to be honest. I think it honestly just gets harder and harder the later the game goes.
Yeah, we need to be more aggressive with that, because RJS and Griffin have both hit their one item power spikes, and they're very, very powerful.
5 people there, you can just get burst out incredibly quickly.
And so we can take advantage of this. Syndra is backing. We should know this. We should be able to. We should be bringing in as much as we can to engage and turn this around. But now Syndra's back.
Yeah, Demonte here on the flank. Ritel's getting low.
Oh, that was a huge shockwave.
He actually dove in, and that's Griffin. Gonna grab himself the Rift out there. Who he running away, but it's 2 kills already for RJS.
That was a massive shockwave. And Griffin, so 2 kills and I want to look at that again. 2 kills and the Rift Herald. But look at that beautiful, beautiful shockwave. Oh, Smoothie setting it up so nicely. And just boom, there goes everyone's health bars, followed by the barrel from Finn to burst as hard as possible. That was so good.
He picks off the Talia.
Oh,
now Someday fighting Griffin, but Griffin's gonna win.
Oh,
CLG run away with
that was so good.
That was a huge combo. It looked like it was the Rel plus the shockwave.
Smoothie setting that up perfectly.
With the magnetism, hitting them with shockwave.
RJS coming in big. Griffin playing well.
As well. Really nice layering of CC as 100 Thieves stacked up. And got
See, this is what I was talking about with RJS being more flexible, and we can play through different lanes. Right now, we're playing through the mid lane, and our bot lane is sacrificing to enable that.
Ultimate comes in, the shockwave over top,
and
Nocturne with the
like yesterday, we were playing through the bot lane, and our mid lane sacrificed to enable that. So we are being extremely unselfish as a team. We're communicating well, and I really, really like it. And it's resulting in good things.
Has been really benefiting from a lot of these fights. The fight on the bot side, he picks up a couple kills, he gets a couple kills there, and he is getting very far ahead now on this Orianna with all
RJS is huge
from these team fights.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a good support system, right? You know, between the Nocturne and the Rel, there's a lot of good ways for Orianna to be set up here. And I think also to your point earlier about Nocturne ult, plenty of ways for Griffin's ult to be set up here. Like, you really don't need much other than what your support and mid laner can offer you, and one of them can probably be in the place you're trying to look to ult to whenever you're ready. So it's going to be back up here. I think they might be making that play because Smoothie is tethered to Griffin right now.
And this is really smart to understand this combination.
The confidence to maybe make those plays. Even
RJS is the only one with teleport on the map.
Being a little too patient, trying to find a little too perfect of an angle, but
no, we don't want to go in willy-nilly. Like, we don't have proper vision of anything, and we don't benefit if we just kill them off a whole lot. There's no neutral objectives. So we want to fight around neutral objectives.
We're being a bit gun shy there because without Turtle in the area, you don't know if you're going to have a man down on that fight.
Not pulling the trigger gets us damage on this turret.
CLG now have their marksman actually ahead of FBI, right? You know, Turtle got dove.
Turtle's just kind of been free farming, and it's putting us in a good spot.
Turtle actually has more farm now than FBI. Neither of them have a kill, so really CLG's top side is very far ahead. The bot lane is now.
This is terrible for my fantasy team though, because I'm facing Finn and Turtle, but I have closer.
Here of Wild Turtle, as he's going to get the solo tower gold
and
down on this bottom lane.
This is well coordinated League of Legends. This is understanding what your composition does
We'll see if 100 Thieves can do what they did yesterday.
And
where they were able to
executing around it.
Because again, they find themselves in a
and
3K
playing
deficit
together
around
as
20
a
minutes,
team.
A very similar position.
This is good League of
CLG.
Legends.
Yep, Galeforce done there for FBI, so he does at least have his mythic for the upcoming Dragon fight. If the teams do want to indeed tussle for that one, I'm gonna guess, given that FBI and Who here up towards the top side, that they're a bit more interested in chipping away at some towers than getting some gold traded back. And given that it's the 3rd overall Drake and both teams have 1, I don't mind too much that teams are looking to do something else other than trade the Dragon, because
what's Dragon timer? 15 seconds Baron timer,
CLG, though,
or 20 seconds Baron is 10 seconds.
As long as Smoothie kind of
We have
doing
the majority of vision around the Dragon.
for the last 5 minutes. It felt like you can
I would very much like to prioritize that.
You can respond very, very quickly to these dives with Nocturne, especially post level 11. The Nocturne ultimate range gets a lot bigger every time you do rank up that ultimate, so it's a lot more easy for them to respond. They're going to move down to this bottom side, though. Finn up on the
Good
top
prioritizing.
TP. This is going to be an
We got the waves where we want them, and we're just getting a free
response
dragon.
here,
This is well done.
Who's now spotted by a ward.
And this is, yeah, this is rough.
There's just really no reason to be this far up.
Well, your escape has been cut off there by closes.
Wait, what? What the fuck just happened?
FBI Killer Instincts over and dodges out the incoming Grag Assault that was trying to disengage. So beautifully done, FBI. It is close.
Yeah, he was close to living, but they're investing 4 topside to get 1 kill. We get a dragon and a tower out of it. They are going to get the tower in response, but we should get this
He's
tower.
trying to be a little bit too clever for his own good. He wanted to try to hide out and see if he could maybe get some experience or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just try to leech what he could from the play. But he had a shutdown to give, and you gave that shutdown over when the other 4 members on your team were playing on the other side of the map. At least for them.
I guess that's a nice fantasy play for me,
so they get the dragon,
but
they take a mid lane tower off of it.
Hey, it's not the end of the world.
As a result.
Like, that's not the end of the world at all.
As the game goes on, 100 Thieves certainly
we got 2 objectives. Like we traded a dragon for a kill.
The snowball down the hill.
That's essentially what happened.
3K now, so we saw from that gold graph that popped on your screen just a moment ago. Someday
Turtle is farming up a storm. Holy cow.
Chris feeling okay. He's had a perfectly good game. Still up on CS versus Finn, but it really
100 Thieves just forget how to invest in the AD carry?
So beneficial for CLG in these last few engagements.
Yeah, the team fights have been great.
But Turtle is 1,000 gold ahead at this point. Like, both of our carries are 1,000 gold ahead.
Trying to pull off a 3-man dive on the bot side instead of where they would normally have 4. Not always taking consideration.
And Turtle just got his collector. He's now terrifying.
They pulled off these dives so consistently, and you love to see that aggression. But they are.
And RJS has his second item.
Execution based. You have to pull it off perfectly, especially
like our carries are
dive where the
super scary.
It's got to be perfect, and it has not been perfect.
And so we have stronger carries and better frontline.
3 minutes.
More utility. Like we're just sitting in a great spot here. We're leading in dragons. We have good vision down.
But again, no rush here. I think given the position 100
so and the general we just need to keep doing what we're doing, and we'll win this game.
Rushing out to make things happen. They have been pretty deliberate in their choices for engagements, but very effective when they choose them. Total also just recently picked up the collector, so he's going to be even stronger at the next few fights. And there's this tower to finish up as well. So CLG
we're just picking up some freestanding gold.
They take the towers down 4-2 now up into.
And Turtle is almost
ever so slightly.
Like
FBI
Flame Horizon, Horizon FBI. That's terrifying.
Everyone from his team is on the other side of the map.
We don't need to do anything super aggressive. We have the advantage here.
But potentially gonna recall, doubting themselves now, and looks like they want to fight Demonte here, but I don't know if they're gonna commit to the
This
play.
is weird.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, could have had something there, but instead sticking together. Gonna group up here.
I don't really know what we're doing here.
No Baron to really jump on right now. CLG actually maybe getting cut off here. 100 Thieves looks like they found the angle. Smoothie gonna be the first target. Jumps
okay, Smoothie. Oh, that's a pretty big shockwave. Smoothie got a bunch of CC down. Griffin kills 1 in the back line. We kill 1 in the front line. We kill 2 in the front line. So even though that wasn't the greatest engage, Finn with the instant teleport response was huge, and it made things work out for us. But RJS with a good shockwave, and he's just hard carrying this game.
With the multi-man ultimate there, RJS able
So
to find a two-man
that
shot
wasn't
on
great,
the back end of that. And
but
again,
the
CLG
instant
wins
teleport
the
by
fight
Finn
as
is
Closer gets
what
taken
made
out
the
by
difference, I
Griffin in the
think.
back line.
So let's watch this again. So RGS flashes that. Look how quick that teleport is. Only a couple of spells have been cast. Like only the engage spell has been cast. Now we can counter engage. And then our front line is here to protect our back line.
Finding the damage, but Griffin actually is able to pick up Closer as CLG is still battling, and they'll take the rest.
That's very good.
Out and
I love how quickly Finn and RJS have been teleporting. It's huge.
Off the back end of that, and again,
it turns plays around.
The fight. As Closer gets taken out by Griffin in the back line, he gives his life for the cause, but they get 2 more kills and extending their lead once more.
Finn has given this team a different identity, or Finn and RJS. I don't know who's more responsible, but this team is so different from the one that we saw in the lock-in tournament.
You can see Someday is just getting pounded. He's in full retreat. Someday does go down. Yes, Griffin does too, but who he is left alone in the backside of that fight, and is an easy pickup for that additional kill, making it.
Look how big RJS.
It's almost a near perfect support game right now for Smoothie. Even the scoreline 0-0.
In Wiggly, this is the best game I think I've ever seen from him.
He's crushing.
He is. I mean, again, his relics look so impressive. I think it is a fair comparison to the likes
Griffin.
of JJ, who is, of course, excellent on just about every champion. But CLG off the back of this horse.
And Smoothie did good damage in that fight.
Take over things right now. 100 Thieves just don't have an answer to CLG's engage or counter engage. I mean, they're trying.
Yeah, there isn't too much they can do. We have all of our ultis up, so they're just kind of boned. Like, they could try and trade, but.
Yeah, Smoothie
trade
really
for the dragon for the Baron, but I don't think that's going to work out too well for them, because they can't fight us. And you certainly can't walk into a 5-kill Orianna.
More for the early game bullying compared to the Gragas and the Orianna, who are generally going to be a lot more powerful in the team fight, unless there is some sort of a miracle flank or engage from Someday. So they've got themselves into a pretty tough position. They are looking for a pick here potentially on the Smoothie, but he can W over the wall as the rest of his team is just going to take this dragon and move themselves to sole point here.
Yep.
Good dragon take, making sure that there isn't the option for them to respond by rushing the Baron. Because they do have a pretty good comp to do it. They do a lot of damage to it.
That 100 Thieves aren't going to go anywhere near that Baron. They've even got Trinket Ward and the Speed Train taken for them. Oh, sorry, that is 100 Thieves.
And Griffin going the Gore Drinker Sterix, well, that's still really strong. And the combination of Rel with Nocturne and the Orianna just is really good.
I think the pace that they're playing, but I think with good reason.
I don't agree with Griffin's choice of item there, because they only have one pair of Merc Treads, and that is all of their magic resist on their team. I think Lockett gives it as well, but they don't have enough magic resist to warrant that. So I would have gone something else. Potentially a Zhonya's, or
you have your ultimates up. You are so powerful.
You could have gone straight for Death Cap.
And any time who he looks for the engage.
There's a number of different options.
He's looking for the counter.
You could have gone here that I think would have been better than the Void Staff, because there just isn't enough magic resist on their team.
You naturally group, and well, that's where
but
comes in.
Unless if I'm missing something, like it's a stupidly efficient item, I haven't looked into the numbers that closely, especially since I'm not a mid lane player.
Someday going towards Blade of the Rune King means he wants to try to play towards side lane, but I feel like at this point, that's over, right? Like, you're not actually going to get
and why would you want to play into a side lane when they have a Nocturne?
Armor items completed here. He is way too tanky. I think he can continue to wave clear, so I feel like it might have made more sense to just go towards more of a team fight item like the Sterix.
Oh, Griffin just straight onto Demonte, who's got the flash, but this doesn't really seem to matter. The roll stun was there, but at least angle.
Oh, that's a good stopwatch.
Didn't get the stun follow-up there as Griffin is
Matching
gonna fall down.
TPs.
Monte
Yeah, that was kind of the worry with going forward so hard.
CLG for
Like,
once
we
actually
pushed our luck,
overstepped their
got
bounds on an
punished.
engage.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so passive with his ultimates, and then that is the one that you go for against the phase rush Syndra. He didn't even force his flash. You know, this is not a lethality Nocturne. This is not a one-shot Nocturne. If you are diving solo past the tower, you have got to be so confident that you have enough damage solo to do it. Because the Orianna is mid lane.
That was just weird.
The Rell is not there to follow up. Like, look how far away he is from his team. So with the phase rush proc, he can just retreat. The fear with the phase rush proc actually just sends him to safety. Demonte playing that very well. It was a well-timed stopwatch, but the team is stacked up on top of you when you come out, and now he does not have that.
That was just a poor choice.
Fight. So a bit of a misstep.
But we'll have ulti back up.
100 Thieves did not have the ability to actually turn that into a Baron or anything too bad.
Will be back up for anything important.
Yeah, and
so we don't lose a whole lot off of that.
They're on soul point. They've been playing like very patient, which I think has benefited them in a lot of situations where
it's obviously not good. But Turtle's very strong.
Now on the Samira, I mean,
3 items. RJS is
really big on the
freaky.
damage build here as well. It's got Leandri's.
And Griffin is not weak.
With actually item 4 on the way, not too far by the looks of things either. So they've got
can't really complain about the state of where we are.
Fairly slow, and while that can be, I don't say unfun. You know, it can be like.
So we're doing a good job of just
like everyone likes
keeping things.
Legends, myself included,
we're keeping things stable right now until the soul point.
Doesn't matter. That's the style that you should be playing if that's what suits your team.
Of course, and
because like said, they have to fight us over soul points,
right? That's the point of this.
Building Exodia.
So, going for
and
more
it
solo
probably won't go well for them.
Risky. Of course,
that's a teleport from Demonte.
Didn't have eyes on anyone on the map, so it did seem like a bit of an arbitrary time to try to go for that
but
dive.
Why though?
Around him. But Finn potentially on a flank here. He should have been spotted by that ward.
Ooh, that could be good.
But I think he was invisible, so they couldn't find the follow-up. Griffin pops the ulti, but can't jump in on anyone, and that's 2 cooldowns burnt there for CLG.
That's actually pretty big. 100 Thieves now do have a window to try to take a fight. RJS is actually over by the blue buff, trying to set up here, trying to grab that blue buff for themselves, but the Dragon here going to be in 10 seconds, and it means no Nocturne ultimate, no Gragas ultimate. There, of course, is
but we are
100 Thieves.
We are 2,000 gold ahead.
Every 5v5.
Which
now may have been given
isn't
the
that much, but our carries have so much more gold.
Keep your eyes on Smoothie in this realm, man. Like, the Dragon is here.
So our carries are several thousand gold ahead.
Closer, but they need to play quickly because that's not going to last the duration of this attempt on the objective. In fact, it already crumbles away.
That is weird because we can still engage here. We still have engage tools with Smoothie, and if we can stall. We'll get the cooldowns back up. Like, Gragas' ult will be back up here.
Pretty short cooldown.
Yeah, Gragas' ult is up. And great Shockwave gets the Dragon. Is Turtle dead? Did we just lose that? What the hell? Okay. That's very good by Griffin.
But now it's 2v1.
To turn that back around, but we got Soul. That's huge. They don't get a like.
He's got enough move speed. What a
we came out ahead because we get Soul.
CLG came out with the Dragon,
and it was a 3-for-1.
The Infernal Soul. FBI having a great team fight for himself there.
FBI. Did he get all 4 kills?
But 100 Thieves a little bit slow on the play, and as a result.
But Smoothie getting a nice engage onto closer, and the smite.
Negated most of the damage, and then you see FBI in the back of the pit just.
It wasn't even our smite, but just RJS doing so much damage, securing that, and how? Oh, the far side! Wow, well played by Griffin there to turn that around.
For CLG here. 5, 1, and 6 on the Orion.
It's not a substitution. He's the starter.
And really showing a pretty strong performance here as CLG now have everything
he's going to be the starter.
To potentially go towards the Baron, start setting up over there, and maybe be able to close out this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Dragon was collateral in the Shockwave, the clip 2 for RJS as well. So I guess a little bonus 3 object.
That does kind of even out the gold,
CLG, they grab the
but
soul, they keep themselves up in
Infernal Soul
in
and 3 Infernal Drakes gives a ton of value.
Definitely much more about the execution. You can see 100 Thieves, despite having to battle
because it's a 12% buff
and a lot of dive on their carries. FBI still
to
a way to
all AD and AP.
And ulting Samira, who's looking like
and I mean, we have 3 champions building that.
So a lot to fight through, still
which will get a nice little boost to their damage.
Need to do a little bit more work to finish off this game. They've got their advantages, but something like a Baron, a clean 5v5 team fight where they obviously get an ace would be the easiest way to go about it, but 100 Thieves, despite the deficits, are not going down without a fight.
No, 100 Thieves is a very good and very resilient team.
Amount of value from the Infernal Soul that is not really shown on the scoreboard there.
We've just had
you are at a really big advantage, but one of the things
such good responses to their plays
compared to something like the Ocean Soul or
that
the Mountain Soul is that
I've been so impressed by like how quickly and decisively we've responded to plays.
Combine Syndra as well as the Renekton and even the Talia. If someone
because we've made mistakes this game. But
most of the advantage
the plays we've made have more than made up for it. I don't know how fast we do this, Baron. I don't think it's terribly fast. Oh, we are doing it pretty fast. And that's Baron.
The Baron goes down to CLG and 100 Thieves. So they really want to go back in here. Going to look for a couple of exit kills, but over the wall goes Griffin, burns the
That's a clean Baron.
And CLG walk in and walk straight out.
We used 2 ultis and a flash.
Damage there. The Infernal Soul adding in some damage as well. They knock down that.
So now we can just push.
It does cost them
they can't fight us,
on the retreat, but
and
well worth it. They drop the Nocturne.
we should be able to win the game off of this.
They secure themselves this Baron. So another big buff they are secured. They got the Red Bull Baron buff.
Our coordination is on point.
They have the GA now.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing.
What is almost a 7-man fight, you know, if they want to go really aggressive here, Turtle and Griffin can go in and try to trade out their lives for that of someone on the other side who cannot revive.
Oh yeah, we do have 2 Guardian Angels. That is really that's scary because they can take down with the Infernal Drake. They can take down 2 people before they start to revive. So there's just 100 Thieves just can't do anything here.
Minute 50 left on that Baron buff. While Turtle and Finn are going to knock down.
Like they have to try and respond, like get a pick. As long as we play it well and be patient,
try to clear out these waves for now. I think
they will not be able to get said pick.
If they can delay fighting into that, you know, they already are at a disadvantage with the Infernal Soul. That's going to be permanent, but they don't want to fight into that Baron buff if they don't have to. You can see they pushed out top lane, they pushed out mid lane very quickly, and that's why CLG have now sent Griffin to escort this in.
Yep.
Because with the level 3
getting 2 points of pressure, that's what you want. Well, at a minimum, that's what you want. That's that's big. Like trying to engage on Finn isn't gonna go well. That Leona ult being down is pretty significant. Good job by Turtle. Cut that off. And Griffin just using this, not for the damage necessarily, just to allow them to take the tower.
Turtle is going to drive back in. So much damage here on the CLG side of Sunday's Golden, but he needs to live here as FBI is trying to dish out what
wow. Syndra did a ton of damage to Finn. Holy cow, RJS. So much damage.
Once again, looking to get aggressive as CLG will walk out with the inhibitor. That's really all they wanted.
That's a pretty free inhib.
They get it, but it's 15 seconds on Elder. Do they even have time to reset? They're actually just going to try to run straight.
Yeah, Finn has time to reset.
They will be TPing Finn back in, who now has that Frozen Heart completed. 100 Thieves have got to contest this with the open inhibitor.
But there is not much you can do to contest it.
Actually move up. And they're trying to clear these
like CLG only has 1 ulti down. Oh, you do have Leona ulti back up. You don't have Closer's ulti. And even just a barrel from Finn is gonna hurt a decent amount.
forcing out pressure, although they are going to just go onto the Dragon.
Well, you can go onto the Dragon with virtually no consequence.
He's trying to mark the other support, but CLG again, turn off the lights, are going to go back in. Smoothie's found the angle. FBI,
is FBI down? Okay, RJS gets one. Smoothie goes down. Griffin losing his revive. Turtle taking down Someday. Finn gonna take down Closer here.
From the weave as well, FBI just barely not able to
get
in there. Turtle gonna
wait, what?
He's had the GA. Remember, as FBI is trying to scoop them up, and Turtle,
what the fuck just happened?
Almost an ace as Griffin, the only one left alive on the CLG side, and
wait, what?
Gonna try and zone off Smoothie here. I like that who he's trying to mark the other support, but CLG again, turn off the lights, are gonna go back in. As Smoothie's found the angle. FBI.
So who he zoned RJS out?
You need to take him down.
So right now, we should be going on to Someday. Okay, who's backing off? Finn going forward. And then... Oh, that's a huge stun from Demonte.
To Demonte, and now Someday in the back line. How did he get in there? He's got one GA. He needs to get more, though, as Turtle is going to be the target. He needs to kill FBI over the not able to get in there. Turtle going to dive back
the Talia
FBI trying to scoop them up, and Turtle, he will fall down. It's almost an ace as Griffin, the only one left alive on the CLG side, and 100 Thieves will be the ones to get the Elder Dragon.
Oh my god, I cannot believe the 100 Thieves were able to win that fight. Turtle flashing in at the end of the fight. He had the GA, so he thought he could go big, but he did not have the shield bow proc available. He did not have his ultimate actually fully charged. He was close on the
That was such a close fight.
He probably had a B or an A or something.
It was way closer than it should have been.
To actually have that available for himself, but he flashes in and he just...
I'm actually not sure why. Once we kill Huhi here,
so we
kill Huhi.
Waiting till the very end, ult in onto Closer, who flashes
we
out.
Could just walk back
getting damage down
to the... Like, we could all just walk back towards the Elder.
The Zonias knocks down one GA, chasing onto Wild Turtle, who goes down. And then Turtle, he thinks he can go...
Yeah, we could have just backed off there. If we back off there, we win the fight.
A couple more attacks, so he goes in
that was weird that we continued to go forward. We didn't need to.
From the Kaisa at this point of the game with that much AD is nothing.
So now we have to wait out the Elder Dragon buff.
Dies, loses the passive charges in the GA,
but they can snowball this into a Baron in a minute. Demonte and Closer played that fight extremely well.
That is so much damage in that team. I mean, the two GAs, right?
And Huhi did really well. Huhi and Someday zoned RJS out really well. RJS just didn't get in there, and he didn't get like a good shockwave.
Not actually contributing as much damage as maybe it appeared, but yeah, Turtle dashed to a Talia E as well at the end of it, and just had a bunch of rocks burst into his face. So CLG, it's tough. I mean, like, it seemed like their position was so strong. They had those 5v5s on.
So there's going to be about 20 seconds where they have Elder Drake and Baron is up.
And all this team fight.
That's about all the window they had to be able to snowball this game. But we don't want to fight them like at all. I wouldn't think. Oh, getting a pick here could be very big.
Bottom lane Someday in trouble, but he's okay. Took some damage, but Closer in there to make sure.
Yeah,
he's all right.
we traded ulties.
He missed the cask. He missed the ultimate there, and they were committing the ultimate from Griffin. So again, two of your key team fight ultimates there. Elder is still active. Guess what's going to happen now? Baron. There's 20 seconds on this. They will just rush this because they know there's no ultimates available. They're not even going to contest. They're just giving up a free Baron off that
this
play.
Is weird.
CLG feel like they're falling apart a bit here in the later minutes of this game. Going for the play. Finn with the misexecution there. Someday easy dash away.
We still have
Infernal Baron, and now as
Soul.
CLG, you are really up against it. You are at risk of losing one team fight and losing the game anytime.
Yeah,
Baron buff is
but it's
late into the game.
It's more difficult for us to lose a team fight than to win it because we are very, very strong.
We'll see how CLG can handle it.
And really,
I don't know why Turtle sold his GA.
This point feels more like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, FBI doesn't know who else is waiting, so I think correctly doesn't immediately mash the R button on top of Turtle, but
correctly for him.
But at this point in the game, the gold difference doesn't matter that much. The Infernal Soul is very, very big.
and very aggressive as a player.
And we just,
so
like,
True.
one good Ori Shockwave just wins us the game.
Him, given where we are in this game, but does show some discipline. Realizes
So,
that the
we are not.
on this play is probably,
We're not down. Like, we're down a little bit, but we are by no means out.
100 Thieves do have that Red Bull Baron buff ticking away for a while longer. Here goes Griffin again, though. The stun in from Rel this time will connect.
And there's Demonte down. And Turtle getting 2 kills.
Does manage to grab it, I believe, but Finn with a beautiful cast this time does isolate Someday. RGS with the ultimate, but FBI can't get back in. Someday is going to resurrect, but Finn's taking a little bit too much damage. Someday will be able to dash.
So we traded 2 for 2, which is a little bit advantage us because it stalls out their Baron.
Going down AD for mid laner, so pretty even overall there. Another nice fight between these two teams. CLG just barely not able to push through and take down FBI, and likewise, FBI, after the Shockwave was used, RGS had very good positioning, was keeping the ball in between him and the 100 Thieves carry, so really wasn't able to actually close the gap onto either.
It was a good engage.
Or RJS himself to kill him down.
And, like, really good, like, we win that by trading even and stalling the game. Because now there's 40 seconds on the Baron buff, we get a chance to reset and fight for Elder Drake when we have the advantage.
Perhaps we'll check in a later moment, because CLG, who did have a pretty long win, if I'm remembering that Smoothie Rail game with the Solinar correctly, but still fighting.
And RJS does so much damage.
To show that, yes, we were a very good early game in lock-in. We are still a very good early game team. We like going for these aggressive dives. We want to get ahead early and snowball the game, but still very capable in tough situations if the game goes later, which again is nice to see. It's good to see the team diversifying.
We still have the go button. We still have a whole lot going for us. So now we have 40 seconds until Elder Dragon is up, and we are now in the driver's seat.
It's going on.
In terms of fights, because we just have the flat-out stats advantage. What in the world?
They're going to dive in. Huhido taking a little bit too much damage. Finn is able to body slam out. Lights are off. Griffin diving in. There's the
Griffin getting one.
Griffin able to take down Hui, but Demonte's letting
oh wow, Demonte still does damage. Holy shit.
Will take that trade every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, Griffin, you're ulting in to kill off Hui, a low HP support as the jungler, and now FBI.
Instinct.
Okay.
We
we still have RJS ult, and our carries are still healthy. So.
I mean, it's up to RJS now. You have to hope for some sort of a combo from Orianna to steal it, because the jungler just died to kill off.
Well, he can just, like, kill the jungler.
In this situation, can RJS do it?
Someday going back in, maybe it's just a turn closer, just completely takes down Rel.
And we don't get it.
Indeed, it's true for closer as 100 Thieves. They take the
That's really frustrating.
Time, and FBI
he can't ulti forward.
So can't make his way back in. As CLG lose a second person and the buff, most importantly, 100 Thieves looking to maybe prove me wrong and close this game out.
I mean, the game time is getting
that is really frustrating. We should. We should be in the position. We've been in the position to win this game for a long time. We just have flubbed these late game team fights.
On the map right now, who he isn't even with them, and Someday still has 30 seconds on his respawn. So the game is going to continue here. We can watch this one more time. At CLG, just giving up too much to try to kill off Huhi. Look at this damage. That is purely Syndra, by the way. Onto a full tank.
That's like really gross. That was without her without using her ultimate.
You're trading your life out for that of the support.
Did over half health of a full tank.
He goes down.
Gragas,
pretty much guaranteed that
who's not lacking in magic resist by any means.
Despite RJS trying to combo it, he committed the shockwave.
He is lacking a little bit in HP, though.
That would finish it off.
Part of the reason.
19 Magi stacks, by the way. Just noticed that. Seems to be picking up quite a lot in the last few engagements. But 100 Thieves, I mean, pulling ahead in gold, which at this point is basically irrelevant. So it is just going to be about, like, can 100 Thieves just put the finishing touches on this game?
Yeah. Well, they're not. They haven't taken huge advantage of the Elder buff here. And any time they don't have one of these buffs, but they, like the Baron,
the things go down as we have a bit of communication from old Rouserplasm. As I was dying in my little apartment room, hoping CLG wouldn't narrow this game down to the only way 100T win this game through Elder. And here.
Yeah,
and here
the Elder.
Here we are. Take the Baron.
We just botched the Elder.
FBI is on 6 items, and he sold his boots. So he is about as stacked as you can get. They got the Red Bull Baron.
I mean, we still have the disgusting wombo combo that we can use to just tear up a fight.
Can CLG survive? This game was in their control for so much
but
of it.
It's just so much harder than it should be at this point.
I mean,
but here we are.
You just can't, like, I mean, who he's playing bodyguard, but, like, Demonte is just so strong. Like, FBI is, again, going to be...
Oh, that's huge. That's a ton of damage. Griffin, can you finish it?
They couldn't get the kill. Someday drove the backline on the
Oh, they went in right as the Elder Drake when they didn't have the Elder Drake. That's...
aggressive though.
I said one wombo combo is all we need.
TP as well. He's got to get home guards, but 2 people are back there. Finn has got to be careful. The rest of his team isn't around.
Oh, the sun hit.
He just dies. Okay, he's out. But yeah, that was a bit much. I mean, if the rest of the team was up there, maybe Griffin does have his ultimate.
But it does force both of them back.
I don't think they can just go for a
and
push here.
allows us to have those 2 points of pressure.
But that was a great base defense from CLG. Another really nice combo. They have been able to pull that off multiple times. They're actually losing their Nexus turrets though.
We aren't hesitant about pulling the trigger.
For this push, and Hui's up here in 5 seconds. Closer's up in 10 seconds. TPs are available.
Yeah, but ultis are up for us, so they just kind of have to give this up.
Committing here. They're going to take down this inhibitor and back away. Hui's back up though. Ultimates, of course, at the ready. W does miss. That's pretty important, actually, that Finn doesn't get clipped by the Kai'Sa. He now going to dodge around the incoming slows, but Hui's just running at them. Going to keep going here. They're in this brush. He's going to see them with the sweeper. Hui now sees them, but he's not going to get it. FBI going to be the target once again as Griffin pops the ulti. But
that's not good.
And there's the shutdown out of FBI. He just does so much damage. Killer Instinct in. Finn going to be the target there as Closest flashing in to seal it there.
Yeah, we just lose off of that.
But he can't. It's shut down there by the Leona as Someday
wow.
Going to TP in to end the game alongside his mid lane. 100 Thieves have battled back, and they will take CLG down in a heartbreaking loss. But the Nexus this time belongs to 100 Thieves.
We just fucking threw that again.
Oh, CLG, look at the face of Griffin there. It says it all. How did
we just fucking threw? Jesus.
That was crazy. 100 Thieves.
There were a ton of good parts.
The mistake from CLG. CLG stayed in the bot lane way too long.
That was
100 Thieves. They get the respawn on their Leona.
That last thing, we could have just insta-killed the Leona if we wanted.
As soon as Someday respawns,
Leona was out of position. We had the damage to just instantly kill that Leona and walk away.
Had a lot of good moments in the team fights.
There was just there were a lot of mistakes.
They were over pushing there in the bottom
lane,
trying.
It's a team that's played together for 4 days.
Move from CLG, trying so hard to end this game.
We had a game plan. We executed a lot of it well. We got the Dragon Soul. And then we thought, oh, we got Dragon Soul, we win. We don't have to
you wouldn't know, but
do things right anymore.
They were very nice to see the reactions from the players.
And we just didn't execute with the Dragon Soul.
Head coach 100 Thieves. I'm sure we'll have many
and it was
team, but again, like, I mean, like you joked.
We should not have lost that.
At least putting themselves in a bunch of different situations.
That one we should not have lost.
Trying to, like, formulate the way to say this.
We outdrafted, we outplayed, except for
anything else. Like,
after we got the Dragon Soul, which basically
experienced team at this point, especially playing.
We can just burst anyone down that we want. We just didn't burst anyone, and it screwed us.
100 Thieves felt more and more confident about their avenues to win, and CLG just felt like
I'm frustrated about that one.
Didn't trust in the plan
like,
originally formulated.
We showed that we can do a lot of good things.
Yeah, it's a shame because CLG actually was winning basically every team fight.
Yeah,
right? Like every 5v5.
We showed a lot of good things and some really good responses to pressure early, and we just didn't know how to push our advantage once we got the Dragon Soul.
right? And that speaks
and
to having
it was just
poise
really
in
sad.
these games, having the confidence and the calmness. To
Like,
be able
comment,
to play
subscribe,
through
do
it. Thieves
that
had that
stuff.
CLG very
Thanks for
clearly didn't.
watching.
Made a lot of mental errors. Went for some key engagements that didn't
Tomorrow,
really make any
if we,
sense. You know, the missing
hopefully
engage
we
on
can
the bot
keep
side that led to a
improving
free Baron after they
and
go.
start picking
For
up some wins.
someday, a lot of miss